And we're back with a quick review on Into the Breach. Why I like this game and don't like this game, and the goods and the bads of it. First up, what's it about? You basically start off with a squad of 3 mechs. The type of mechs you get can vary wildly depending on which squad you pick, but they all get assigned different weapons. And then you're going to get dumped into the map where you then have to pick a place to go. Now, we've picked this island here, and then this island has a bunch of subcomponents you want to pick from. If it's got a star and a power symbol, that means if you win, you can get a star, which you can spend later when you finish the island, and a power symbol, which actually increases your health. This is a global health pool up here. Then you can also get, say, a star and a little power symbol here, that little orb, that actually gives you a reactor core power. This over here gives you 2 stars, this add 1 power, 2 power, 1 stars. So what you want to try and do is aim for as many stars as possible. The more stars you get, oh, and yeah, those little power cores, those power cores are the most important thing. But after that comes the stars, and then after that, sure, get some health if that's all you got available to. So what you would really like to do here is set up this line and this line here. Then you deploy your troops into battle, and let the chess match begin, because that's sort of what you're involved in. Now, these things will do their moves, and once they finish their moves, you get to decide how to counter. You can see exactly what they're going to do, what they're trying, and then you have to block them from doing it. For example, this one here is going to attack that building. If it hits this building, you lose power. Power is life. Once all the power is gone, you're dead. This thing, however, is an alpha, which means it is enhanced damage. It is 3 damage as opposed to the normal 1 of most monsters. I mean, this thing will kill both of these buildings, destroying you 2 power. And this thing here is going to charge forward. You can see a little animation there. It's going to charge at this building, smack into it, do 1 damage, and that would be bad also. So we need to stop both of those from attacking those buildings, or we're going to have problems. And then we have a variety of tools depending on the mechs we have on how we wish to stop them. This part of the game is sometimes referred to as chess with guns, because you don't actually need to kill your opponents to win. All you have to do is stall them out for 4 turns. After 4 turns, the game is over. If they have an overwhelming force on the board and they're about to overwhelm you if it went on another turn, that doesn't matter. They will simply retreat. Even if you only have 1 unit left alive, they'll still go. All you have to do is stop them from killing your buildings, and you're good. Now, the other thing is you want to hit these bonus objectives. These bonus objectives mean you actually gain bonuses as you go along through the game, and you can progress your mechs and gain and buy new stuff for them. So all you really care about here is destroying 2 mountains, protecting the defense lab, which is that building there, and making sure they don't destroy your buildings. So let's figure out with these abilities how we do it. This one here is artillery. This thing fires an artillery shot, and it basically turns the ground, does 1 damage to whatever you hit, turns the ground on fire, and dumps out smoke either side. So if we were to target that, center thing would take actually 2 damage. We have a little bit of a bonus to our pilot, and we'd put smoke either side. The smoke, if anything is standing in the smoke, can't shoot or attack. However, if our units go into smoke, we heal because of a passive ability we have. So this gets really confusing. However, anything standing in fire will take 1 turn. We'll get set on fire and we'll take 1 fire damage at the end of the turn. This unit here has an even weirder ability. This can do a thing where, just say we wanted to hurt something there. We can do 3 damage to it by jumping back 3 points, or 3 squares. Or we can do 2 damage by jumping back 2 squares, 1 damage by jumping back 1. However, this does cost us 1 health to do, and it will smoke up the square you're targeting. So there's lots of weird stuff going on here. This robot allows you to mind control the unit. For example, we can pop over the unit, we have to be touching it, and then we can mind control it and make it move a few squares. This allows us to adjust their trajectory. Now, bear in mind, they don't stop their attack. Whatever direction they're going to attack in, they're going to keep doing it. So if we move them over here, they would just run into that mountain and smash into it. Wouldn't hurt them, but it would definitely hurt the mountain. So you can maneuver enemies sometimes to attack each other. We don't have any other movement skills bar that. There's others that allow you to bounce enemies around the place, which can mean you can end up targeting their own guys. Like if we managed to move this guy, no, we can't actually reach him. If we could move that guy from there to there, he would shoot that guy when his turn came and kill it for us. So let's just try a quick sample move. There are several ways to approach this, and we do get 1 reset on every little map we play on. So let's just show you a couple of potential ways we could do this. The first one would probably be something along the lines of, let's just try. We'll move this guy forward here. We shall blast this guy into oblivion. That kills him stone dead. Now that thing was providing a +1 health bonus to these units, which was nice, but who cares. Then we move this fighter into position. Well, not so much a fighter. This is going to get set on fire when it lands here, which is, well, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Then what we do is we hit it with our reverse thrusters, which will do 3 damage to the enemy and blast us back 3 slots. Boom. Now we've damaged it. As well as that, it's smoked up this tile, which has cut off this thing's ability to attack. You'll notice it can't attack anymore. That's because when it's surrounded by smoke, no attacks are possible. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pop over here, and we're going to use a little mind control unit. And we are going to mind control this sucker, and we're going to tell him to go right there. And since we've moved him one tile, he's now going to attack this mountain and do 1 damage to it. We have to destroy 2 mountains in this round, so yeah, he's going to get involved in that. And therefore we have managed to do 3, 4, 5 damage, and we've also done 1 damage to a mountain. Fortunately, this unit is going to take another point of damage next round as well, because it's on fire. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's just leave that turn and move on to the next. This guy damages the mountain, and these 2 things here are where the next enemies come from. And then things get even more interesting. Yep. For our next little move, I think we'll try something slightly different. What we're going to do here is we're going to move this mech over here, and we're going to mind control this one. Now, the reason we're mind controlling here is to make it target that mountain. Remember, we got to destroy those 2 mountains before the end of the round, so this thing should insta-gabe that mountain, or at least do half damage to it. I'm pretty sure the 3 damage will knock down the mountain. Then we are left with this, and this thing here is going to attack that building, and this thing here is going to attack that building. This one here was going to attack where that mech was, so we can safely ignore that. It would be better if we could kill it, but we don't really have the option to do so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to heal this mech by running it into some fog. When we run, well, smoke. When we run into smoke, this heals our mechs, which is really good, and it also puts out the fire. This thing has 2 hit points left. What we can do is we can just run back 2 squares, and poof, it's dead. Also smokes up the area, which is nice, and does 1 damage to us, which is less nice. But that's okay. Now we just have this one thing to take care of. And there's a few ways we can do it. We could stay here and drop a shell on it. In fact, we might do that. Actually, I think that's our best plan. We could have went here or here, but what we're going to do is we're going to drop a smoke shell or a fire smoke shell right there. That smokes that up, which cancels an attack. We haven't actually damaged it, we just slowed it down. If we had have actually hit it, we only would have done 2 damage and it would have still attacked. So this way, we're leaving units alive, but it is what it is. And one other thing we did was we left this unit on top of the spawn point. So all of this has just led to us surviving 1 more round, and all we're going to do is survive 2 more. It gets harder and harder every round because more enemies keep coming up, and oh yeah, that thing did not kill the mountain. Well, that's unfortunate. We also only have 2 turns to destroy those mountains, so this is getting really complicated. Let's see what they decide to do, and we'll have to figure out how to respond appropriately. And this here is just... this is the meat and veg of it. It's just you're sitting here trying to figure out how do I maximize the benefits of all of these little pieces of tech I have on my units. So, this is what I've come up with. Now, you can see the order of what everything is going to attack in here. For example, that weird rhino-looking thing at the back, number 1 is going to attack first. Then that weird artillery lobbing bug, number 2, is going to attack second. And then the straight launching thing is going to launch third. And if you hold control, it'll show you what their weapon does, its range, that kind of thing, how much they can move, how much damage, all that. So what we're going to do is use our mind control mech, pop over here. This is kind of useful for us. Then we mind control this unit. And we're going to move that unit right here. This serves a nice approach. What this does is, when this fires, it's going to kill that unit. Unfortunately, that unit will fire first, so we'll have to do something about that. But it will kill that unit, even if we don't. Then, afterwards, it's going to block this attack, which would have charged through here. Instead, it's going to ram into that bug and push that bug onto the fire, which I think is a nice little compromise we've got there. At the same time, we need to damage a mountain. We have to destroy 2 of them, and we've only got 1 of them so far. Or we haven't got even 0 of them, so we need to get at least 1 this round. But we also need to stop that bug. If that bug fires, it'll cost us 1 power. Now, we could live with that, but I'd prefer not to. So to stop that bug firing, we could just move our mech here and shoot it, and it would do 1 damage, set on fire. But no. None of that is necessary. What we can do instead, because it's already dead, what we can do is fire and do 1 damage to this bug, set it on fire, but the smoke from either side that comes out of our gun blocks its vision, so now it can no longer attack. It's still going to get killed by this bug, and we've just set this bug on fire and done 1 damage to it. All beautifully good stuff to happen. Then we need to hurt a mountain. Now this thing is, this weird flying ship does lots of damage when we use it correctly. Unfortunately, it damages itself every time we use it. If we use it now, it'll kill itself. So what we're going to do is move it into some smoke over here. That actually recharges its health. And then what we're going to do is destroy this mountain. So this mountain has already got cracks in it, so we'll bounce back, and this will bounce us back into some fog, which will heal us again and destroys that mountain. So we've destroyed 1 of 2 mountains, we've protected the lab, nothing of ours is being targeted, and when we hit the turn button, beautiful stuff happens. This bug can't fire, it gets shot by its own friend, this guy's going to bump into that guy, this moves over here, and now he's blocking the bugs that are trying to rise up, and the bug that tried to rise up instead of doing 1 damage, did 2, because we had a special thing for that. So the 2 damage killed it, meaning we killed that unit, but only did 1 damage to it this round. It was the fire, its own friend attacking it, and it's sitting on top of a spawning tile. So all of that combined led to this. And now we've got this junk. Oh my god, this guy can't actually do anything. You see, he's not attacking. This is very rare, but what's happened is it can't move. This thing has decided to attack here. So he's trapped back in this section and can't do anything because there's fire on the other side of him, so he doesn't want to leave. All we have to do is worry about this unit here, which is targeting, well, nothing, or this unit here, which is targeting there. This should actually be fairly handy. Terrible example. So to end this terrible example of chess, we shall mind control this unit and send it over here. It's now going to attack that mountain for us, which will knock out that mountain objective for us. This guy over here, we have to stop him from attacking the building. We have multiple options for doing that. Say probably the simplest one would be put this guy here, and this will drop fire there, but smoke on either side. He's surrounded by smoke and can no longer attack. And that's pretty much it. And you know what? Let's have this guy blow up a mountain while he's here. Go for it. And we've destroyed the 2 mountains, we've protected the lab, and we can end the turn. At any point, we could reset this turn, but we need to remember to do this once per island and try everything again. And that's it. And that's why they refer to this as chess. And you can also see they've got the numbers and letters down the bottom so that people can help each other out, put up their posts online and things like that. And once you've finished all of this, mission's complete. You get your points you don't really care about, but you destroyed the mountains, we get our star, and we get our little orb that we can use. Done. Then you keep moving on and you complete more and more of all of these targets. That is the meat and veg of the game. That's what you're going to be doing the majority of the time, is going to be in a map somewhere shooting stuff or moving stuff around. There's so many different squads. You can see here all the different squads, and you can unlock all of them in various ways we'll cover in a minute, but all of them have different weapons. Some of them have fire, some of them have ice, some of them are just their move around squads. They literally, like the steel, these guys here, they have weapons that are just like, this one pulls the target towards you. It doesn't actually damage it, it just moves it. This one here does a little bit of damage, but then pushes everything away, and this thing here picks up a unit and tosses it over your head to the other side. So there's lots of different methods. There's also ones that are more damage orientated, some are movement oriented, some are control, some are freeze, some are lightning. There's all sorts of stuff. So the meat and veg, get your hands on these squads, play through the maps, do all the islands, and, you know, have fun. However, there is a form of progression in this game. The easiest one to understand is, say, change your time traveler. In this section here, you have your time traveler. It's basically a pilot. You get to carry over a pilot between maps. So if you finish a map or you quit a map out, you can take one of your pilots with you, whichever one you would prefer. And as you go through the game, you'll unlock new pilots, and those pilots become available in subsequent playthroughs. For example, we could get a vanilla Morgan Lejeune, and gives mech gains boosted on kill. However, our current one has a bunch of other skills already attached to them, and they're already maxed out levels, so keeping them would be preferable, unless we had a certain type of mech that would prefer a different time traveler. They all have different abilities, like this one here gives you, you can attack twice if you don't move. This one deploys anywhere on the map, even including adjacent to enemies at the very start, which can be fun. Some of these work better with certain mechs, and some of them are just generally bad, once you hit certain levels. All of that you just get while playing. Play the game, those pilots will unlock slowly over time as you go through the different islands, maybe find them in pods, or there's different ways of finding them. Then comes coins. Now these coins are what you use to unlock all of these different squads. It's 3 coins to unlock that one, it's 4 for this, blah blah blah. Where do you gain coins? Well, there's 2 ways. There's achievements from squads and global achievements. Now, global achievements are exactly what you think. Beat the game on hard, any length. Beat the game, any length. Adaptable victories. There's all these different ones here. These you get a few coins from, but not a lot. Where you get most of your coins from is squads. It's a bit annoying here, but let's grab the Rift Walkers. In this, Watery Grave, drown 3 enemies in water in a single battle. Exactly what it says in the tin. Knock some enemies into water, do 3 of them in a single battle, you unlock this, gain a coin. Ramming Speed, kill 5 enemies, or kill an enemy from 5 tiles away with one of their abilities. And the last one, secure the corporate island. You do all those 3, you gain all your coins. However, this has some downsides. For example, here is the Zenith Guard. They have 3 pretty straightforward achievements to get. We're going to leave our pilot in there, we're going to start it, we're going to put this on easy. Yep, the easiest mode in the game. Give me a few minutes here. On the very first map, we are going to complete one of those objectives by having 4 shield damage done to our mechs. And if we just hit end turn, yeah, I don't care. This guy's going to launch a projectile right here, which will damage the shield, and that knocks out shield mastery where 4 shields got damaged in 1 round. Easy peasy, that's 1 objective already completed. On the second island, for our second achievement, we're going to kill a bug by pulling it into us. And that's 2 achievements done. We also managed to recover a pod and get a pilot, so that's one thing. Trust me, there's method to this madness. The last achievement is to hit 4 enemies in a row, which is a little bit harder on the easy skills, but that's fine. So long as you're willing to... You have the term acceptable casualties. Yep, there we go, we blew up one of our own people. Well, that's fine. Now that we've hit all 4 of those achievements, let's abandon the timeline. This will send the pilot to a new timeline. We're going to take Barrack our guy, and done. That took us, I think, 4 maps, and we knocked out all 3 of the achievements, and that's it. There is no further use to playing this side bar fun. As in, we have already gotten all of the coins we're able to get out of it. We've maximized the progress with this. I'm best off changing squads. And that is sort of my problem here. For example, you come in, it's been a long day at work, and you're like, hey, I'd like to play some game, chill out, have some fun, and you're like, okay, I'll go grab these guys, the Mist Eaters. And we're going to go and we're going to play on hard, and we're going to... Wait a minute. Instead of just playing on hard, why don't I just play on easy? And in the time it would take me to finish, say, 1 map, or 1 island with these guys on hard, I could do 5 squads. I could knock out all the achievements for 5 squads and grab all of the coins. And there's a part of my brain that's like, yes, that's the smart, efficient thing to do. Go play it on easy, knock out all the coins, and then once you've got all the coins knocked out, then you can have fun. Until then, we must be efficient about these things. And it's like, it's that oft overused quote, given the opportunity, players will optimize the fun out of a game. And me, I'm going to optimize the fun out of this. I can't help myself. I am totally aware how bonkers that sounds. But it's just natural player tendency. It's why games like Factorio and Satisfactory exist. The whole point of those is to optimize it so much that you don't have to do anything anymore. You're optimizing the gameplay out of the game. And in the same vein, I just sort of want to optimize the fun out of this by playing all the squads and just getting their achievements without actually playing it. Don't get me wrong, I actually played the Mist Eaters on hard for a while, and I didn't want to quit playing them. Once you get into this game sucks you in, and it's really fun. It's just every time I start it up, I end up looking at it going, yeah, I should probably just do the easy mode and grab the achievements. That would be the smart play. However, it's not the most fun play, so instead of actually playing a game where I'm doing it on hard and enjoying myself, my brain tells me I should be doing the easy mode, which I don't enjoy, so I kind of muddle around for a while and then usually just don't play. Terrible, I know. This game is awesome. The game mechanics, amazing. The maps when you're playing on them, wonderful. The different units, they all are great, they all have wonderful abilities, how all the mechanics interact with each other, everything, amazing. Progression, completely opposite to how it should be in that it encourages you to play the game all the wrong ways, on easy and skipping the maps. I mean, you don't even have to finish the game to knock out these achievements. You can literally start the game, get the achievement, and then just quit. You don't even have to finish the battle, never mind the islands. You don't have to do the last missions, you just... Yep, I think we did 4 maps to knock out the last squad. I don't know why it is that way. I presume there's a reason. I'm not a game dev, and I'm pretty sure these guys know what they're doing, so there was some reason for it. But for me, it just pushes me the wrong way. Excellent game. Still love it. I have played plenty of games that don't have any kind of progression in them, as in oxygen not included. You can fly a rocket through the temporal tear to end the game. Well, it kind of continues still on anyway, but you only do that after you've sort of finished doing whatever you were going to do. RimWorld, same thing. You don't have to launch a rocket. Many people play it for thousands of hours without ever bother launching one of those. Minecraft, one of the biggest games of all time. There's no real progression in that either. This is just the weirdest game I've played in that to do the progression, you have to play the game the opposite to the fun way. I mean, if there was no progression here with this coins, and the coins just came over time or something, or you just had to finish the game with one squad and then move on to the next, I'd be more motivated to play it. It's just, the motivation is that I should play it badly, and then I just don't want to play it. Weird, I know, it makes almost no sense, it's just how my brain interacts with this game. So yeah, that is Into the Breach. Wonderful game, confuses the hell out of my brain. Anyway, I'm going to cut this ramble out here. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.